Irish Guards. He was appointed Colonel of the Irish Guards in February, though. First Royal Colonel for Everett. Harry was an officer in the Household Cavalry. They're looking calm. They're looking contented. Looking very together. And acknowledging the crowd very happily. And I'm told reliably that Prince Harry does have the ring in his possession. He's carrying the ring with him to the Abbey. It's a great sight. It's back to the Mall. Prince William of Wales makes his way to Westminster Abbey for his wedding. Now known as the Duke of Cambridge, the Earl of Strathern and Baron Carrickfergus. But I suspect he'll always want to be known quite simply as Prince William. Turn right towards Horse Parade. Very familiar route for the princes because they're often here in June for the Queen's birthday parade. This year, of course, Prince William will be on parade as Colonel of the Irish Guards. Prince William, who is now a fully functioning helicopter pilot, serving as RAF Valley in Anglesey, North Wales. That's where he's been living sometime. And Captain Middleton there, so they're looking forward to, they say, a relatively quiet existence after today's great conference ceremony. That building, by the way, still officially the entrance to the Royal Palaces. That's why it needs today. Right on to Whitehall. The crowds are gathering at 5 o'clock this morning. Past the memorial on the left to the women of the Second World War. Prince Harry, who's recently been promoted, by the way, captain in the Household Cavalry, Cruising Royals, but he's on attachment to the Army Air Corps. Promoted earlier this month after spending 5 years in the Army, joined in January '06. Of course, he famously served in Afghanistan a few years ago. Through Parliament Square. the Longboard Sanctuary, does the sanctuary, and then you have the Nasdaq World Media, April memorable images. There they are up on the right hand side. Banner of Westminster Abbey and the crest of Edward the Confessor still flying above the northwest tower. That will change when the Queen arrives. Bells of Westminster Abbey ring out as Prince William arrives for his wedding service. So we have a better view really of Prince William, his garter sash and star, 1,000th member of the Garter given by the Queen, and his RAF wings. The ring of bells at Westminster Abbey, and after the service there'll be a special peal which will last 3 hours when the service is complete. The Dean of Westminster on the right, Dr. John Ford. He's responsible for the spiritual life of the Abbey. He's answerable to the Sovereign. Westminster Abbey is what we call a royal peculiar. The senior clergy here are answerable to the Sovereign and not to any Archbishop of the part of the Anglican Communion. There's a very strong bond between the monarch, as Prince William will be one day, and Westminster Abbey, and this of course is where one day he will be crowned king. Quite a responsibility for Prince Harry, not just for the speech which he has to deliver later, but he had the stag do to organise, which he apparently did with a good deal of energy and diligence and secrecy. That gave him a lot of pleasure. And what's going to happen is that the Receiver General of Westminster Abbey, who's responsible for all the administration of the Abbey, will lead the Prince and his best man, his brother of course, Prince Harry, along the nave. They'll know all about the flowers and the trees because they were part of planning them. And they've seen them in a few rehearsals, so will not take them by surprise. I'm sure they'll be delighted with the result. Leading them all the way along the nave, through the choir screen, the organ loft, which splits the Abbey in a sense, and then into the choir, the more intimate area where that wedding ceremony will take place in about 40 minutes' time. Since 1066, it's a remarkable thing to say, every coronation taking place here, apart from 2, Edward V and Edward VIII were crowned, but every other king and queen crowned here at Westminster Abbey. It is a cradle of royal power. Simon Charmer, the historian, is still with me. When we see Prince William making his way here, we feel all that history resonate.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, 1066 was, as everybody out there knows, don't have to be a history graduate to know, there was a very quick coronation for Harold to make sure that he was staking his claim in front of Edward the Confessor as he came to Greece. But what William, now the Duke of Cambridge, must be feeling is that this, in some sense, is the overture to a great arc of a career in front of him, which indeed will be consummated in a much more formal, august, solemn way when he's crowned.
William, as promised, is just greeting a few friends and other acquaintances